One thing I will be doing today is the gearbox drain and taking the lower unit off. It's always a good idea to put a blanket on the floor, A, to catch any oil residue, and B, just in case of any nuts and bolts fall, it's easier to find them rather than on the gravel. So now I've got the lower unit at home and we're in the warm and out of the weather and the dark. You can see here the water pump. I've just taken off the 4 bolts, just 4 bolts hold it together. And then if I pull this off gently, you will see inside we have the gasket here. We have a fixing pin, which you can see down here. So watch out, that will fall out of the way. And then as I pull it open, so you can just see it fall down there. As I pull it open, you can see the actual impeller in here. And that's about all there is actually to a water pump. So if I pull it apart, you will see that the components we have are the impeller housing itself, the pin which locks in here, and also against the side of the shaft here, if you can see that. There. And that will lock it into position. And then if I take off the gasket as well, this leaves you with really just the key parts to an impeller. You can see that obviously this one's fairly new, and if I take the impeller out as well, so taking the impeller out, you can see that they actually mould to this particular shape, but you can see that this one's actually in very good condition. There's no splits, tears in the rubber or anything like that. And if you flip it, invert it as well, it's very obviously been changed last year. And then this is what a new impeller looks like. And you just have to make sure that it fits back inside the casing in the same way that the old one came out. So it's really important to take a photo beforehand so you don't forget the correct way round. So what we have here is the new impeller inside the casing and the new gasket on top of the gearbox ready to go. I'll obviously give all of this a clean up before I go ahead and fasten all of this together. What you'll find with the impellers is that they are made of a very, very stiff rubber. So the best way to do it is to actually fold the fins in and slightly turn the impeller as turn it the other way as you are putting it inside the casing, and then gently just adjust the fins as necessary to centre it inside the housing ready to go back on. And then you put that on the end of the shaft and just do the reverse of what you did first time round and get ready to insert the new pin, which again just goes on the side of the shaft and then locks on the inside part of that propeller so that the impeller will run with the shaft.